testimony. Check it out. Your time is coming, so hold on tight and do what you gotta do. It'll be alright. Nobody knows the story better than me. Sometimes you got to tarry, you gotta break free and get it in your mind. You're gonna make it this time. Don't let nobody tell you that you win anymore if they're not for you.
Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm KT Terry. I'm the Active Older Adult Coordinator for the Columbia North and Stephen Klein YMCA. How was your weekend? I hope it was fine. I hope it was fantastic, and I also hope you got some exercise. Listen, I got some information for you. I want to tell you all about what's going on for the coming weeks and perhaps next month as well. First of all, you know that we have our hangouts every Wednesday here at Columbia North in the Y Zone. This Wednesday, we're having a movie, and that movie is For the Love of Country. It's a fantastic movie starting at 11 o'clock, and Charles S. Dutton is one of the stars. Secondly, on the 24th, which is this Friday, we're going to have The Ageless Brain, and that is an audio class. It's actually an audio session, and make sure you bring your pencil and your paper for that so that you can get all the information that you really need to take back with you. And then we're actually going to incorporate, starting either next month or in May, the walk run hour, and that's going to be right across the street at the Temple starting at 11 o'clock. So I want you to come, get your walk, your run on. Let's enjoy the weather and let's just do it. Let's see, there's so much going on, I'll tell you. We're also going to have, starting in May, I believe it is, we're going to have our second challenge of Kingfish. Now, Kingfish is similar to volleyball, but it's not quite volleyball. Our first time, we had a fabulous time, so I want you to come on out, and I want you to challenge the staff. Let's see what you can do. Let's see who's going to win this time. The last time the staff won, but let's see if you can just give them something to fight for. And then lastly, we're going to have the senior speak out. And that is going to be a day for you to come on out and to ask questions, because we're going to have AARP here, we're going to have Gateway here, we're going to have PCA here, and we might even have the Philadelphia Police Department here also that's going to answer some questions for you. So make sure that you keep on listening out and keep on listening, coming and listening to the couch so that you can get this information. Today, we're going to have a special guest speaker here. She's been here a number of times. She's worked with the seniors, giving them information and giving them goodies and playing games and just getting to know them. She's a fantastic person from Gateway, and her name is Miss Marvetta Coleman. So let's have Marvetta come in and talk with us.
Hey, KT.
How you doing, Marvetta?
How are you?
It's always good to have you around, girl.
Thank you,
Looking all
thank
good.
you. Oh, you know what? It's Monday. It's the first day of spring.
All right, it sure is. I didn't even think about that.
Yes,
All
the
right.
sun is out after we had that snow last week.
Oh, girl, this weather's something else.
Yeah, so it's a good day.
But every day's a good day. Every day
Absolutely.
we're up is a good day. Did you get your exercise, girl?
Well, yes and no. I didn't get my exercise the way that I usually like to. Well, had a little personal impairment, shall we say. But that will be resolved, and I'll be right back in the gym tomorrow morning.
That's important.
That's important.
You know,
That's
as an
important.
instructor, I'm always asking somebody, have you exercised?
And I am always exercising.
Good.
I'm actually championing a group of women right now, and we are involved in a little collaborative to work on our health.
Fantastic.
Yes, so I
Fantastic.
send out emails and text messages and
Is that for
different
anyone,
things.
for the community, or?
This is actually something that Gateway organized. It's called a healthy challenge.
Okay.
and you could bring in a certain number of persons in your network.
Okay.
And so at that time, I had a group of women that I asked them that they want to be involved. I don't know how happy they are about it now. But they all said, yes, yes, we want to do it, we want to do it. And it's actually an organization called Healthy Wage Challenge. And it's a nationwide organization. They work with corporations, and they develop these healthy challenges. And so everyone signs up, and you pay this really small minimal fee to sign up.
So how can I get my Y members to sign up for this? What's the
I'll
procedure?
send you the link,
Mm-hmm.
and you can take a look and see if it's something that you think would be of interest. Because the really cool thing about it is, at the end of the challenge, it's a 12-week challenge, there's a pot of money
Oh, we like
that the persons that, or the teams, I should say, that have accomplished the goal
women. Mm-hmm.
will then share.
That's fantastic.
So it's a wonderful incentive.
Yes, it is.
It's just keeping everybody on track.
Right.
Are you exercising? Are you eating right? What are you doing? What can I
Okay.
help you do? What do you need? But it's good.
I think the Y members will love that, and I think we're going to get that pot of gold. But let's go back a little bit, Marvetta. I want you to tell us just a little bit about Gateway and what type of organization it is, and how does it service the community, and particularly senior citizens.
Well, let me just talk real quickly about my company, Gateway
Okay.
Health. We are actually celebrating our 25th year.
Really?
Yep, we are based here in Pennsylvania. Our headquarters is on the western side of the state.
Okay.
And we are a managed care organization.
Right.
So we have multiple lines of business with Medicare and with Medicaid. Now here in southeastern Pennsylvania, our primary area in terms of the plans that we offer are really Medicare.
Okay.
And so we work with persons who are what we call Medicare eligible.
Right.
Because a lot of times, and I just had this conversation this weekend with someone, people think about Medicare as it relates only to age.
Right, right,
Not
right.
realizing that persons who may have certain disabilities
Right.
or may also, if they have a qualifying disability, also be on Medicare.
That's a good point.
So I always try to make sure that I talk about that from that standpoint. But as you know, I work with lots of seniors.
Mhm.
Love to work with
You do.
seniors. And as a community engagement specialist, what I do is I work with the Y,
Mm-hmm.
other community centers, senior centers, churches, faith-based organizations. Shoot, if somebody's got a Red Hatters Society and they want me to come, I'll work with them too.
I hear you.
But the real focus is, how do we empower?
Okay.
And I look at empowerment from the standpoint of, how do we make sure that you are as informed and as health conscious as you can be, so that you can then take that information and that knowledge and make it work for you.
Excellent.
So with that, we may be going out and conducting a wellness education program.
Okay.
We do what I call layman's diabetes.
Okay.
You know, a lot of times we also can bring in clinicians, doctors, others who talk about disease management from the medical perspective.
Right. Yeah, because you did bring people in not too long ago.
Mhm,
We had
mhm.
we had a program here.
Yep. And so we like to look at both, because I compare it to when you go to church, you have the pastor who has that full knowledge, preaches the pulpit. That's kind of, to me, the medical professional. And then you have the lay counsel, or the lay people, and they have another conversation
Right.
about that information. Same information, but maybe in different terms.
Right.
So I may be able to go out and have that conversation, 'cause that's really what I do. I tell people all the time, I don't do workshops, I do conversations.
Excellent. And you do very good ones also, yeah.
Thank you.
As a matter of fact, one of the favorites I think was that bingo game with the health words.
Our
that you had
health
on there.
literacy
Had a lot of
bingo.
fun on that one.
Yeah, and that's just another example of information can come in lots of different ways.
Absolutely.
And we are really a big proponent of figuring out, okay, what are the ways that you need information? And as you know, persons coming to our sessions don't have to be members of Gateway.
Right.
Those are really open. However, on that other flip side, one of the things that I really like about the work that we do for our members is that we're really trying to look and see what do you need as an individual. And so in that context, we're looking at the member from an individual and a holistic standpoint.
Right.
So if there are ways, in fact, we call it our prospective care management model. So if there are things that are present in your environment, or if there are some behaviors, or if there are social issues, spiritual issues, whatever that individual needs as a
That's
member,
a balance.
we're looking at that
Balance,
whole
yes.
person. And then we maintain a repository of resources so that if the care management team member identifies something that that member needs, there's a resource. So it doesn't matter whether that member is in Philadelphia, in Pittsburgh, in central Pennsylvania, or any of our other areas where we are present, that there is a resource repository available for that care management team member to help that member.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you a question, because for me, being a part of kind of the health industry, you might as well say it, because I'm helping to teach people to take care of their bodies, to instruct. But I believe in body, mind, and spirit also as a whole. I'm very passionate about that, and I see a passion.
Yes. You and I share that
as well. Yeah, I see a passion in you, and that's good, because that's what the community needs, are people who care enough, are passionate enough to find the resources and to give out the information needed to help them ultimately to change their lives. That's what I'm about. And it seems to me that you share that type of a passion.
I absolutely do. In fact, I think that that's one of the things that really resonated for both of us when we very first met.
Right.
Is that issue of passion, and then how do you convey that in such a way that we don't become intimidating to people, but we draw them in
Right.
to want
That's right.
to embrace that.
Yes.
So from that standpoint, you know, the other mechanisms, because sometimes folks, okay, the session was good, but now we got to bring them maybe a health fair,
Right.
or what I call a mini health and resource fair, where they can get multiple opportunities for information.
You
and
have to be
answers.
versatile.
Yep.
Yeah, and I learned that even in my classes, that you have to be versatile, because once they get stuck on one thing, then the attention span seems to kind of wane a bit. You know what I'm saying? They're looking for more of a challenge. They're looking for more challenge. They're looking for not more knowledge. They're looking for more information. So we have to keep it fresh, so to speak. Just like in schools, I think that's what's lacking now. But we're not going to get into that. You know what I'm saying? Because
That's a whole different
that's a whole
program.
different. You better believe that.
That's a
You
whole
know what I'm
different
saying?
program.
But it's good to have people like you that are in the health industry that care. That may sound simplistic, but I think that's fundamental, because there are people in the industry that just, you know, they're there to, you know, to have a name for themselves or to make money and things like that. But it's good to have people who really care, because those who really care go the extra mile.
And I could not agree with you more. You know, there's this saying, and you hear it all the time, but I really do think it's true. people don't care how much you know
until
until
they
they
know
know
how
how
much
much
you
you
care.
care.
And at that point, Marvetta, I want to thank you so much for coming. You are fantastic, and we'll probably have her back again, guys. So,
All right. Thank you very much, Katie,
You're
and I
welcome.
look forward to our continuing to apply our passion in ways that help our seniors.
you got it.
Thanks.
Hey everybody, I hope that you enjoyed the conversation with myself and Marvetta Coleman from Gateway. And I want to say to you, peace and blessings, and make sure you take care of that body. Bye now.
Show the door. Do you want true love? Then get started.